Listen up, because the severe weather situation we've been tracking is officially ramping up, and I need you to understand exactly what's about to unfold over the next several days. We're dealing with not just one, but two separate storm systems that are going to bring everything from violent thunderstorms to major snowfall, and the timing on this is critical for millions of Americans. The first storm system hits Thursday, targeting the south-central states before pushing toward the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes. We've got strong winds aloft that'll keep thunderstorms rolling through those regions, but Friday is when things really explode. That's when we get the deeper trough and the second storm system develops, and that's where all the moisture, all the lift, and all the atmospheric instability come together to create a serious, severe weather threat. We already have a Day 5 outlook showing 15% probability for all hazards. That means damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes are all on the table. And here's what makes this even more intense. On the backside of this storm, we're looking at a lot of snow, not just a dusting. We're talking about a legitimate winter storm with major snowfall potential, followed by freezing temperatures and brutally cold wind chills pushing in right behind it. By the way, if you'd like specific weather forecasts for your region or city, please leave them in the comments. I'll answer them individually as time allows. Also, if you like the video and subscribe to my channel, you'd be very grateful. Now, let's move on. I've got some new information on the impacts and timing of this storm system, and it has upgraded since my last update. You need to know what's right around the corner so you can prepare accordingly. This afternoon, another piece of the storm system brings snow toward the interior northeast while storms continue pounding the west coast, particularly California. Heading into evening and overnight, that freezing rain threat I've been warning about builds up across Minnesota, Wisconsin, and portions of Michigan. This isn't just a light glaze. We're talking about accumulations that could cause real problems. Wednesday is when we transition into that extreme weather pattern as the cutoff flow finally moves across the region. This brings heavy snow continuing for the West Coast while also setting up the severe weather threat. Thursday brings the potential for hail and thunderstorms as that first system pushes through. But Friday, that second system is the real concern. That's when the severe weather threat maximizes while the wraparound snow on the backside of the system really cranks up. We're still looking at cyclogenesis, which means a strengthening low-pressure system right over the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes region, and that's going to generate a lot of snow. Remember, all of this is followed by that cold blast with very dangerous wind chills. The winds aloft are strong, which adds another layer of concern to this setup. The National Digital Forecast Database is showing the potential for freezing rain from Minnesota through Wisconsin and across Michigan toward the Great Lakes. We could see anywhere from 1/10 to 2/10 of an inch of freezing rain accumulation. That might not sound like much, but that's enough to snap tree branches, bring down power lines, and cause widespread outages. Be aware of that threat because it's very real. Snowfall spreads all the way from the northwest clear through to the northeast and New England. That's where most of this snow is going to accumulate. Mainly 2 to 3 inches for lower elevations, but 4 inches or more for the higher elevations of upstate New York and Vermont. That's significant snowfall for those areas. Looking at Thursday, that first storm system positions itself over Arkansas and southern Missouri. The winds aloft help strengthen these storms, bringing a hail threat. There's instability showing up in the atmosphere along with strong dew point values. As it pushes further toward the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes Thursday evening, the lift decreases somewhat. So we're looking at maybe a hail threat and possibly some damaging wind threat, but the storms will continue rolling through. Friday brings strong winds aloft as well. Not quite as strong as Thursday, but still significant. These winds carry all the way across to the Great Lakes, and they're going to bring those very cold wind chills with them, spreading all the way to the northeast for Saturday and Sunday. We now have a Day 5 15% severe weather outlook, and here are the cities and states currently at risk for Friday. So far, it's Friday only in the official outlook, but I still think we're going to see a piece of this for Thursday affecting Arkansas through southern Missouri. Colorado State University's forecast is showing severe weather possibility for Arkansas through southern Missouri on Thursday as well. The National Weather Service outlook for Friday agrees with this assessment, though positioned slightly further north. When you examine the CAPE values and atmospheric lift for Thursday evening as that first storm system forms up, we're looking at the potential for severe weather. I believe this brings a hail threat and maybe a lower-end damaging wind threat as it pushes overnight toward the Ohio Valley. Notice how it loses some instability as it moves, but those winds aloft could still carry damaging winds with ongoing thunderstorms. Friday is when everything really comes together. The cold front brings strong instability all afternoon Friday, and that's where your tornado threat, large hail threat, and damaging wind threat all persist through the day. As we push into Saturday, it moves across toward the southeast and slightly toward the northeast, so we'll see storms continuing Saturday as well, though likely with less intensity. The Climate Prediction Center analysis shows Thursday morning with that low pressure bringing possible snow and mixed precipitation. The mix shows up as purple on the maps, snow is blue, while rainfall is green. That's from the first low-pressure system. The second one coming through all the way till Friday morning is where severe weather erupts from southern Illinois and southern Indiana all the way down to Louisiana and the Gulf Coast. Then you get that mix on the wraparound with the snow. The European model shows this continuing all the way through Saturday as it tracks up by the Great Lakes. It's still pulling a lot of moisture, but not maintaining as much instability or strong dew point values at that point. We're still looking at snow and mixed precipitation possibilities before it moves out by Sunday. The GFS model shows some thunderstorms Thursday around lunchtime and beyond. For Friday, it's not showing much initiation initially, with very few storms forming as the system builds. The GFS has been consistently wrong all year with these setups, so I'm not putting much weight on its solution right now. Looking at the evolution more carefully, Thursday shows thunderstorms building up on the eastern side of the low pressure. This brings the potential for hail and maybe a modest damaging wind event through Thursday, especially around lunchtime when we get cyclogenesis on both the first system and the second one, bringing stronger storms. This could bring a hail threat toward Arkansas and possibly into Missouri. Thursday evening toward the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes still shows strong thunderstorms that could produce hail with those strong winds aloft. We definitely need to watch for this Thursday evening as well. As we move into Friday, watch how it strengthens again. Low pressure positions itself over Missouri with strong storms stretching from Louisiana all the way toward the Ohio Valley. All factors come into play here: damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes through Friday evening. The latest evolution shows that low pressure moving toward Illinois overnight Friday, bringing mixed precipitation, snow, strong wind chills, and freezing temperatures. There's also a small batch of storms along the southeast Saturday, so there could be a minor threat continuing Saturday as well while things intensify over the Great Lakes. When you look at the lower level temperatures for Thursday into Friday and Saturday, this brings a lot of cold air behind the system. If you want to see the detailed temperature and wind chill forecast, check yesterday's video where I broke all that down. I'll update that information again soon. But we're looking at cold temperatures and dangerous wind chills pushing through from the weekend all the way through Monday. We're still showing feet of snow, especially for the Four Corners region: Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, and continuing through Washington, Oregon, and California. Major snow extends all the way from New Mexico through Kansas, portions of Nebraska, Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan's Upper Peninsula, and northern Michigan. When comparing model solutions, we're seeing more and more snow showing up. The Canadian model shows snow potential across this region from the Central Plains all the way toward the Corn Belt, with heavier amounts as it crosses the Midwest toward the Great Lakes. The GFS is still only showing the Great Lakes getting significant snow and nobody else, which again makes me question that solution. Looking at the latest ensemble data, we're seeing more agreement on significant snowfall potential than we saw yesterday. Almost all the ensemble members are showing substantial snow coming down with this storm. When you examine all 50 Euro ensemble members, there's a chance this could verify as a warmer scenario with timing issues, but more than likely we're looking at least a 3 to 5 inch event, with the possibility of major snowfall across the Midwest potentially extending toward the Great Lakes. Over the next 7 days, Washington, Oregon, and California see heavy rainfall continuing. Idaho and western Montana, along with portions of western Wyoming, get heavy snow from multiple rounds, bringing 1 to 2 inches of liquid equivalent. 2 inches shows up in red on the precipitation maps. Notice how it gets heavier as it extends all the way toward the Ohio Valley and continues toward the northeast as well, bringing maybe an inch of total precipitation. At the same time, we have extreme and exceptional drought conditions in some of those areas, so this rainfall will actually be welcome despite the other concerns. That's your latest weather forecast on what's happening with the storm system right around the corner and the cold blast that follows. As we get closer, we'll have better information and more precise timing. Get ready for this strong storm, and even more importantly, prepare for those cold temperatures behind it. This is a significant multi-hazard weather event that demands your attention and preparation over the next several days.